Yo people, yo
Yo
people.
people, yo people, yo people, yo people. Welcome to another
man.
episode of the Black Bezos Daily. Welcome to another episode of the Wi-Fi Money Podcast. No more Black Bezos Daily. Now Wi-Fi Money. No more Black Bezos Daily. Now Wi-Fi Money. As you already know, this is the best podcast around where we talk about everything from entrepreneurship, finance, money, talking about how you can level yourselves up, talking about Wi-Fi money. And I'm bringing guests along here who, are who do Wi-Fi money, who make Wi-Fi money, who, and it could be for anything. Yeah, let me just testing. Yeah, it could be through anything. Today, I have a guest that I know not many people. Well, it depends really. Look, I have my guest on. This is my friend. This is my bro. This is my my bro. Lifelong friend. I don't even know how long we've been friends for time. If I know that most of my money journey, most of the hustles that I've been in, all the hustles that anyone's ever heard me talk about, from selling leaflets, reselling Supreme, selling sneakers, list goes on and on. Every single hustle, he knows about them, and he's either been involved, he either put me on, been involved, or he's been near them. Every single hustle, he's seen my whole journey through everything. Nobody else, only him and one other person has really seen my whole journey. And I'd even say him, he even saw it before, because you was there even before that fam, like for a few years. So you really see, there's nobody else in my life, bro, who's seen my journey, and nobody else probably in your life who's seen your journey, bro, from as early as we've seen it, bro, from days like flipping out. Like we said, bro, one day, bro, when we're old, like 50 or shit like that, bro.
No,
The stories we're gonna tell them.
no censorship.
The stories we're gonna tell, but I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, bro. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to the world, to the people. This is your first podcast. Introduce yourself a little bit, who you are, what do you do? Tell the people, man. Talk a bit about yourself. They want to know who you are and what you do.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't already know who I am, I'm Pappur, known on Instagram as Pappur Credit. I've been, like Bezos said, Faith. I don't even like to call him Bezos. Like he said, man, we've known each other for so long. Feels weird for me to call him Bezos. But Faith, man, we've been doing this for a long time. We've done anything you could think of. I've had my foot in it, from dropshipping to Amazon to Facebook marketing to social media agencies. We've ran through it all. We've done everything, have experience in everything. But what I've personally found that I have had the most success with, and what I can call myself a great at, and I'm still learning, I'm still young, still focusing on the work that needs to be done. But what I would say that I am very good at is credit. And it's what I've been focusing on for the past 3 to 4 years, and making sure that I can perfect it and go down the right avenues and understand the ins and outs of it. Because in the UK, there's not really anyone that does credit. So that's what I do at this moment in time, really and truly. I use credit, utilize credit, make smart investments, and just have a portfolio of what I do around the world.
So like recently, you was about in, was it Southeast Asia? Or was it East Asia?
No, Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia. You was around, in Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Thailand, Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, Kuala Lumpur. That's in Malaysia,
Yeah,
Kuala Lumpur.
all these different places.
I was in
Mumbai, and you when you were showing me the price tickets, when you were showing me you was on first class business class flights,
business
first
class
class flights. You was in best hotels, Marriott hotels,
Marriott chains,
and you were getting them for dirt cheap. Why? Because of what?
Oh, well, it's basically, there's two ways you can do it. So obviously, those who know me, those that I do work with, I tell them straight. There's two ways that you can go about it. You can utilize credit to be able to stay at these hotels and fly for cheap, or you can actually understand the actual ins and outs of how the travel industry works and the hotel industry works. If you can have a brief grasp of how that actually works, you can actually go into it and understand how to get these offers and whatnot. It's not even an offer, it's actual, you're on the website and you're booking this, and you can do it whenever you want. Obviously, I can't really drop exactly how I do it, because if I drop it, then the whole world knows, and then the whole world will be able to do it. And if the whole world does it, then what ends up happening is these companies will stop it, because then they start losing money. But as long as the people that do know it know that only they do it, it's not going to go out, and the hotel companies don't really care, or the travel industry doesn't care. it's just knowledge that they don't really want people to know that I obviously know.
This is for the 1%, would you say?
Yeah, it's for the 1%. Of course not. If everyone did it, everyone would love to fly first class. Everyone would love to fly business class.
Like
and
tell
just
me the
pay
kind
tax.
of this. Like I saw you put on your Insta story.
Yeah.
You're doing like Marriott hotel. It's supposed to be like, how much was the Marriott hotel supposed to be retail, and then how much are you getting for, and your flights as well?
Okay, let's break down the flight first. So flight from Malaysia back to UK is normally around.
What flights? Is economy or what?
We're talking business class.
Business class,
Not
okay.
even first class. I wasn't able to get clearance on first class, so I got clearance on business class. And with business class, I was able to pick my ticket up for, if I'm not mistaken, I think £34. And £34.
Business class.
Yeah, business class.
Malaysia to UK.
Yeah, Malaysia to UK.
And how much is that if you have to pay cash?
Okay, let me finish first though. So with the business class, I didn't, and even with that ticket, I did save £34. You're not actually paying £34 for the ticket. You're just paying the tax price on the ticket. So the £34 is for tax. So initially, if you really think about it, the ticket was £0 because you're gonna have to pay tax on a lot of other stuff anyways. And now breaking it down, what did you ask? Sorry.
How much was the retail?
How much was the retail of the flight? So if you were to get that flight right now, because I booked it last minute, it was about 3 days before I fly. So I checked it. The flight is about, I think, 3,200 just for a one-way flight.
And you got it for how much?
For £32. That smile there, man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So you get these discounts. And again, there's nothing special about me. I ain't got a tail on me. My mom always used to say this to me. Nothing makes me more different than the person watching this or looking at me through the camera. I don't have an extra tail. I don't have two horns. I don't have a wing. I'm just normal, average human like yourself. But I was able to understand the travel industry and dive deep and actually understand how things work and stuff that they don't really want the average Joe to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. And then what about now your hotels?
So breaking down the hotels, I stayed at Marriott chains. I personally love Marriott. Hilton is okay. There's nothing wrong. Certain Hilton hotels are better than Marriott, but personally, I just have a thing for Marriott hotels. So I stayed at the Ritz-Carlton for most of my holiday. Obviously, I was at different Ritz-Carltons, but the Ritz-Carltons that I stayed at, Ritz-Carlton is a very expensive hotel chain. It's a top of the chain. So Marriott has different set levels. Ritz is all the way at the top. So with Ritz-Carlton, your start price is probably around £200 for a normal room at a Ritz-Carlton, wherever it is around the world. So the place that I stayed at, I was staying, let me pick one of them, Langkawi. So I was in Langkawi. There's a Ritz-Carlton there. It's the most expensive hotel on that island. So I stayed there. One night at the Ritz-Carlton at Langkawi will set you back around £450. I was only paying about £90 a night.
Wow.
Yeah.
All through the power of credit.
All through the power of credit. And even again, I'm saying this is not even going through credit. You can go through credit, or if you've got bad credit, or if it's against your religion to go down credit, or if you just don't want to mess with credit.
Like you said, there's two ways.
There's two ways around you can do it.
So it's not even just credit, or it's,
Yeah.
you know, the inner workings of the hotel and the travel
chain.
industry.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand.
So
Because
there's ways
so what?
to-
Talk to me about that. What? Some people it's against their religion. Some people they just don't want to use credit or what?
Yeah, some people are scared of credit. Some people will never get accepted for credit due to obviously having bad credit and also having ciphers, bankruptcies and whatnot. Again, with all those things, like I say, anything in this world, there's always a solution for it. Even if you're bankrupt, even if you have a cipher, red flags, bad credit, there's always a way around it to sort it out. And there's been people that I've helped that were bankrupt and now they've got amazing credit and they've built a credit line of over 60, 70K.
Wow.
So-
What does a credit line mean?
So what a credit line is what you've built. So you're different. So you have different amounts of credit cards. You build a little credit portfolio. And within your credit portfolio, each credit card obviously has a limit. So what a credit line is how much all of your credits added together combines to. So you have a credit. So for example, if one of your cards has 5,000 limit, 10,000 limit, 15,000, you do the 5 and the 15, 20, 20 and the 10, you have a 30,000 credit line. But what I like to do in the UK, depends where you're watching from, USA, UK, abroad or whatnot, there's different rules and regulations with the credit cards that you use. However, with the UK and American Express, you're very limited with the different credit cards, whereas in America, there's much more different credit cards that you can use, so you can build way more higher credit limits. But again, in the UK, it doesn't really stop you from expanding. And I personally have credit cards opened in different countries as well. So it's not that you have to get stuck here. You just got to be smart and think outside the box to be able to open these things abroad. Again, anything's possible.
Anything's possible. And how far does it go? You know, let's just talk about, you know, the travel industry and the inner workings. And I know you told me all sorts of things. You'd be telling me about how, you know, you've got these. I remember when you was learning about it, you're telling me you can basically go on any flight anytime because this because you've got the same access that the hostesses have and what their pilots have, that kind of access. But how far does it go? I want people to know how far does it go. And what I mean by how far does it go is if you did get clearance for first class, how much can that be? How often can you do this? And I'm not talking about credit. I'm just talking about talk about I'm talking about the travel points and people air miles. I don't know if that plays a part.
Okay.
But how far does it go? Even with the hotels, and does it just only stop at hotels and travel, or can you get access to other things, restaurants and stuff like that? How far does it go? What kind of lifestyle can people live?
So with credit, you can go a long way, and there's different things you can use. Obviously, it's all about status in this world. As long as you have a high status with any of these companies, you see these big chains, like I said, the Marriott. You have the Marriott. They have a status system. So you have different statuses. You have gold, silver, platinum, and there's ambassador. So it just depends on how many nights you stay at the hotel. If you spend a certain amount of nights at the hotel, you get different rankings at these hotels. So obviously it takes a long time to get to it, but once you get to platinum and once you get to gold, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't been in gold in a long time, but I know for platinum for 100%, when you're at platinum, you get suite upgrades. So for example, you can book a normal room at the Marriott using obviously the way that I obviously do help people to. You book that room for say £90, and then you get that upgrade from that £90 room that you've booked to a junior suite. And now I'm saying a normal room at the Ritz-Carlton would cost you £400. If we're talking junior suites at the Ritz-Carlton, you're talking £2,000 to £3,000 a night, and you're getting that at a £90 price point. So you take what you've already got and you add it with your status that you've got at these places, you mix it together, and you're living like a king. And the way you get treated at these places is ridiculous. Again, like I'm saying with the status, with flights and everything, you get clearance. It all just depends what status you have with them. And again, it all comes down to what you actually know and the network that you have within these travel agencies. That's all it comes down to.
And people love traveling. People love traveling. I bet people are watching this people love traveling, but they know they're restricted by money. So what can, doing what you do, how far can it stretch for people? Right now as well, a lot of people in, cost of living crisis. So, people might allocate, most people might do one holiday a year, 2 holidays max. And let's say they're spending, what's the average price people might spend for a couple thousand you might spend for a holiday. Yeah. But now with the information that how far can it stretch? How many holidays now can you do a year? How many trips can you do a year? Or what do you think you could? What would that look like for the average person? But now they have access to your kind of knowledge, and I think, and I know it's obviously more, but I want you to explain it. And I think what you do is just so powerful, and it shows that knowledge is really the key to everything. A lot of people, like I said, they're complaining that, cost of living crisis. And I bet you'd love to be able to go to Mumbai, go to Malaysia and all these different places. But you say, you can't afford it. But I bet if people knew how to get a business class flight for £34, they'll be taking more trips. Do you get me? Everyone know they love traveling. So
that's cheaper than the Uber ride you'd probably get here to home.
Literally. That's cheaper than the train ride, from Birmingham to London. It's cheaper than that.
And that's a 16, I think it was a 16-hour flight or 18-hour flight.
Wow.
From Malaysia to here, and we're talking business class. And when I was in business class, it was empty. No one was there.
Wow.
I had the whole place to myself.
Wow.
And it's a whole, you know what it is? When you step out of business class and you look at economy and you step back into business class, you see the complete change.
Yeah.
And you see how people are stuck. It's not that people want to be in economy. People are stuck in economy. And the people, you see the difference and the pain that people go through in economy and the people that are in business. There's nothing wrong with being in economy. I've flown economy plenty of times when I have to. But with economy, what you see people that would love to fly. Anyone can do business. It's just knowing how to do it. And if they knew how to do it, 100% would do it. And in economy, you see babies crying. You see people all mushed up together, and you're in there for 16 hours. How can you sit still somewhere for 16 hours? It's a killer. But also to go to the point that you were saying of how far this can take you, You can
for the average person.
Yeah, for an average person. Let me break it down to you. I was literally breaking this down to a student the other day, and I was telling him, and he was like, "Damn, I could really do this," because he really wanted to go to Dubai. He really wanted to stay there and work there for a while. I said, "Look, instead of even getting a residency there, instead of getting a place there, I found him a hotel. It wasn't a top end hotel. I'm talking, it's still Marriott. He's still staying at a Marriott. I think it was the Westin. And I was like, you can stay at this hotel for a month, and it would have cost him cheaper than what he's paying right now in the UK to stay at that hotel.
What, rent?
Yeah, rent. His rent here. As well, he's still saving about, I think, £250. And that £250, I said, just put that to your groceries. And now you're living there, and you can now go and do what you want to do and move further. So just to break it down to you, it's cheaper than your living cost, really and truly. You can go travel the whole world as long as you can do what I tell you to do. You can do it, and you can do it as long as you want to do it. You got yearly, second year, third year access to it as much as you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta be able to go out your comfort zone, is what I tell a lot of people. As long as you're willing to go out your comfort zone, then you can achieve anything.
Yeah, and obviously, I bet some people might be wondering, how you said you got students and stuff like that, and they might be wondering how they can learn more. I know you've made a channel they can click link below where you're going to be teaching more free gems, because you can't cover everything on the podcast.
100%.
So obviously,
and there's some certain things you can't say on camera. That's why I'm very reserved with the things that I'm saying right now, because a lot of the things that I'm saying is a lot of people don't want people to know these things, and me coming out and giving these things out. It's one of them ones where I don't really even want to be giving these things out. So I'll be the communities that I'm in and the knowledge that I know. I'm in the percentile where not a lot of people have got access to this knowledge. You can go Google the things that I tell you. You won't be able to find this. You can search the internet. They say Google is your best friend. They say YouTube is your best friend. I promise you won't be able to find this information anywhere, because this is certain information that they don't want you to know. I'll be completely honest with you. This is information that once you understand the information, you'll sit back for a good 2 hours and be like, oh my God, wow. Like, it goes that far. Personally, there's not been a person that I've said it to and they've not sat back for a good 5 minutes and their brains just exploded. They're just like, wow, what the hell's going on?
Wow. Yeah, make sure you click those links in the bio, check him out on the Instagram and whatnot, so you can message him, man. Because like you said, he can't say everything on camera, so I'd be messaging him and he'll probably reply to you and tell you.
And I'm a friendly person, I'll be honest with you.
Don't pull it out.
Oh, my bad. There we go. I just didn't want it to fall over. But yeah, I'm a friendly person, man, as it gets. Don't feel scared. I feel like a lot of people are scared to ask people questions. It's a bit low now. Yeah?
Don't worry, just keep talking.
Calm. Yeah, so I'm just saying, don't feel scared to message anyone. Even myself personally, the way I got started with my mentor, I messaged him, and I didn't expect him to be as friendly as he was. And now me and my mentor have a very good relationship together. So it's just one of them ones. Feel free, and don't feel like whenever you message someone, there's always a cost behind it. No, I'm always there to talk to people. I enjoy speaking. I enjoy helping others, whether there's a benefit for me at the end of it or not. I still will be willing to help you, or even at the least push you in the right direction.
Yeah, just friendly guy, man. Just hit him up on Instagram, Cinder. But, we've been talking about, where you are now and how you're utilizing credit. But let's talk a little about your journey, man, Let's go into that. Let's talk about what made you. Tell me about your childhood, your upbringing, because it's not everybody that wants to go down the... what's it called? It's not everybody that wants to go down this entrepreneurship path or trying to find something different. And what made you do that? What clicked into your mind that made you do that? And was it always going to be this entrepreneurship path, this doing it yourself path, or because or was you looking to go down the academic system? And tell us about your childhood and how that was. What kind of child? Because let's see, like what kind of childhood did you have growing up? And I bet there's a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people going to be able to relate to your childhood and how you grew up.
I mean, it comes as easy as it gets, man. I grew up in council flats. Didn't really have much growing up, probably as everyone else watching this, or people that did have something. I genuinely came from not a lot. My parents did provide and try to put the most that they can on the table. Never hate them. They came from abroad. I wasn't born in this country. Came to this country at a very young age and just started growing up normal. I had a very normal childhood. Didn't have a rich childhood. I was, like I said, in council flats. Grew up, went to school. But what really clicked in my head when it came to all this wanting to make money. I don't even like to cast myself as an entrepreneur.
That's why I didn't even use the word entrepreneur.
I don't like
because
to.
what you have is you found something different. I know that's why I didn't even say entrepreneur. I said,
it's not even that. I feel like I'm an opportunist.
Yes,
I take opportunities. I don't like to say, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I think that word is thrown around very easily nowadays, and everyone casts themselves as an entrepreneur. I'm not an entrepreneur. I just know what I want to achieve, and if there's an opportunity there, I will always grasp that opportunity and make the most out of it. And I feel like that's how I was able to grow as a human and develop into what I've been able to develop right now. So like I said, where it first clicked for me, where I was like, I want to make money and I want to be different from, not even different from others, but it didn't even start with me from wanting to be different. It started with me wanting to relate to other people, is when I came into school one day and I was in PE. We went PE together. It's crazy because talking this, you normally speak to someone, but they can't relate. But this guy was there through everything I've been doing. So I went into PE. Everyone had shoes, and I had some. I don't even remember what they were. I think there were some Tesco shoes. We're talking Tesco trainers, and everyone had nice Nike trainers, all the nice stuff. Because I didn't go to a bad school. It was a school in a village where a lot of people had decent families and decent amount of money.
We went to a good school in a good area. The school we went to was good. School we went to was good. Good school, good area, and it was a rich area. A lot of like people who were like retired, so it was very white. It was basically a white school. It was a white school. People had money, man.
Yeah, so obviously people had nice shoes and whatnot, and I'd never forget, even to this day, it still rings in the back of my head where I remember a kid looked at me and said, what are those shoes? And this is before that whole what are those trend. Like a kid literally turned around and said, what are those, bro? And everyone started looking at me and everyone started laughing. And in the back of my head, I felt upset because I was like, why can't I have normal shit? And to me, and not to be ungrateful to my parents because they tried the best that they possibly could. And that was never wrong from their side because that shoe was a shoe at the end of the day. But society is so messed up, and obviously growing up, kids are always looking to pick on someone at the end of the day. So at that time, I didn't really think of it like that. I thought of it like, oh my God, I don't have this shoe. Everyone's laughing at me. And then that's when I became very self-conscious of, oh, damn, I'm going to put these shoes on and everyone's going to look at my shoes and be like, oh, look at this kid. He's got nothing. Don't speak to him. So at that point, it clicked in my head and I was like, damn, I want to have what other people have. Why do I not have it? And it also, that wasn't the only thing. There was other things where it came to, we used to play video games together. As much as I'd love to play video games now, video games was a big thing.
Big thing in our childhood.
Big thing in our childhood when we grow up. And I remember friends that I used to play with used to have the nicest PCs. They used to have a desk. They used to have a chair. I used to sit on the floor on my carpet with a laptop that was supposed to be for my studying. And I used to have a mouse from Poundland.
You know what's mad? You didn't tell me that till late. Yeah. Like I thought you know, because we'd be both playing the same games, and the thing is, we played those cheap or free games. Yeah. Like it was either cheap or free, and everybody else was playing those. Everybody else was buying other like games.
£60,
we couldn't afford
games.
it. We couldn't afford it, so we were just sticking with CS:GO, Minecraft. Either it was free or cheap, and that's all we played, just CS:GO, Minecraft, because we couldn't afford anything else. And I remember you didn't tell me till late. What, was you embarrassed about that?
Yeah, it was something of that when you're embarrassed, but also it was just like, what am I supposed to say? I'm playing on the laptop on the floor with a mouse from Poundland. Like, I didn't have space to move the mouse. I'd never forget. I'd have to put the laptop on my lap, and the laptop used to heat up. So I had to get a pillow and put the pillow on my lap, put the laptop on the pillow, and the laptop was shaking. And I have to use the mouse to play the games. And it was at that point where
sitting down?
Yeah,
sitting down for hours?
Yeah, like I'm sitting on the floor. So when I'd stand up, like my bum is gone. Like I'm standing up and I'm like, I need to shake this off.
Yeah.
And we used to play for ages. And it was shit like that where I was like, damn, man, I wish I could have a desk to sit on to play games. I wish I could have that nice PC, and we'll get to it where it comes. I bought that nice PC, and I did the things that the child in me really wanted to do. Well, I don't even use it. Like I bought that PC like 3 years ago for 5,000. Don't even use the PC. It's just rotting there because I use my Mac all the time nowadays. Buy PS5 just to play it once, and it's rotting somewhere. So it's one of them ones where I grew up not having a lot, and it clicked in my head where I want to make money. And there was always a kid in our school that he always had a lot of money, and he used to, this clicked for me at like when I was in year 8, year 9, he used to sell FIFA coins. He was very plugged in with the right people, and he was
Year 8,
making.
year 9 is like, how old is that? That's,
We're like, I don't know, 16, 17,
No, year 8, year 9 is
14.
11, 12. You're like 13, 14. Year 8,
Yeah.
year 9, grade 9, grade 10, I think.
Yeah. So around that time, didn't really have a lot of money. Started making money from selling coins online. So we had FIFA coins and whatnot. And FIFA is a game, for those who don't know. It was like FIFA 13, FIFA 14.
What
It used to. It's a video game, FIFA on
Football game.
Yeah, it's a
People-
football
you have to- people don't
soccer
know,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, soccer game. So it's a
Football,
soccer game. So what we used to do is I used to sell those coins. So I used to play the video game, sell the coins, and then also had connection with people within obviously the industry at that time. And for me at that time, I was making like what 10, 20 pounds a week. Not a lot of money, but for me at that age,
Lunch money,
I'm a kid. So yeah, it was something. And you were selling sweets at that time. And I'll never forget that day. I helped you at one point because you had we had different breaks, remember? So you could only sell on one break point, and I used to say, okay, let me sell on your other break point, and I'll get your sales in for you. So I used to do that with you, used to do that, and all I did that for at that age, I didn't really know anything better. Why am I gonna do that with that money other than buy trainers for myself and buy more video games and buy points on the video games? Because at that point I'm still a child. I'm 14, 13. Flash forward a little bit further. I think we were in year 11 at this point. That's when things really started to click in my head, and I was like, damn, I really want to make money. I really want to live that life. And that's when I think I started seeing a lot of YouTube ads and a lot of YouTube videos towards money. And I was like, damn, why can't I make money? And you know what? You know when people talk and they're like, damn, I used to look up to Ty Lopez. I used to look up to bloody, who else did the scene, man? There's a lot of people that have come and gone in the entrepreneur scene, or people that have made money, and they're like, damn, I really want to be like this guy. For me, it was even before Ty Lopez. It was kind of around Ty Lopez's time. And there was this one guy, I never forget his face. He was a Jewish guy. His name was Timothy Sykes, Timothy. And he used to do trading. And I hell know what trading was. I didn't even know what stocks were. I thought stocks was some American thing. Didn't even know what stocks were at my age. I'm 15 at this point. Not a clue about stocks. Never went down stocks, by the way. But this is really, I think, my real journey on making money and introduction to money was actually Forex, where he was explaining that Forex trading, you can trade and make money. And this guy was traveling to these beautiful locations that I now finally get to see now. And especially when I go to these locations, I close my eyes and I think of that little kid, and then I reopen it and I get chills down my body. And I'm like, damn, this shit's crazy that I'm actually living what I really wanted to do when I was a kid. And that's when, again, manifestation comes in as well. So I used to look up to that guy, tried trading out, didn't know what trading was. You need money to trade, yeah? And I didn't know what trading was. So I used to look for free bonuses. And at that point, there was a site that was giving £10 free bonus out, but you can only take the money out when you trade up to £100 profit or something along those lines. So what I used to do at that point was I used to make ridiculous amount of emails and trade against each other with the £10 that they give you. So with one account I'd buy, and with the other I'd sell. So because I don't know how trading works, all I know is it goes up and down. So I would trade it on buy and sell. So if one goes up, the other one goes down. One of them's a winner. So I'm like, okay, damn, that one's a winner. And then I do it with the other accounts, and I've got a few till I could get to that point. And at this point, I'm loving this. I'm like, damn, I just made £30 and I'm going into biology class. I have friends and I'm putting people on. I'm like, yo, and at this point,
They were free £10.
Yeah, it was a free time, but you couldn't take the £10 out. You had to trade it to a certain amount. I genuinely don't remember vividly.
But that's actually smart. That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where I mean, you got to grasp an opportunity and think outside the box. And as a kid, I believe I've always thought outside of the box. Everything I've ever done in my life up until this point, I feel like I always think outside the box. And that's like a gift that I would say that I have towards myself. So yeah, with that trading, but obviously, when I say with the trading thing, I tried it for a while. I think it was a 1 month thing. And the funny thing was, I'm always a kid that likes to help everyone. And even like I've had a lot of people come to me and say, look, why don't you just do it yourself? If you got something working, do it yourself. Stop trying to put other people on. But I've always done that, and we'll get to it even more down the line. Like, I'm not a selfish person. Faith knows, man. Anything that I know that works, first person I'd go to was Faith and my other boy, Dak. Like there's
And you
never
put us on, yeah.
never been a time where I'm making money and I've never helped the
Or you've
people
got an
around me
opportunity.
or an opportunity to grasp, and I've not gone to my friends or the people around me to tell. So yeah, it was the trading thing, and that's when it first opened my mind and eyes to the money making world. And I was like, damn, this shit's crazy. I want to go to these islands. And I never remember he was in Bora Bora and he was showing it and how he was making money from this laptop. And we're talking 2014 here, 2015, 2014, 2015, 2016. This is before all of Instagram, before these ads, before all of this. The thing is, I personally feel like I've seen it all. I've seen the growth of every single thing in the money making world.
Yeah.
And I can see how it's directed and molded into what it's become right now in 2022. So this
Why?
is
Explain that.
yeah, I will. I'll get to it. It's a journey, and we'll go through the journey together right now, and I'll explain it. But for me personally, that was the first thing, trading. And this is before no one in the UK traded, by the way. I'd not seen one person in the UK trading at that time. Personally, this is from me. Maybe there was, but I had not seen no one trading in the UK. Timothy Sykes was the only guy that I'd seen running ads at that time and doing it. And this is pre-Facebook ads. Like Facebook ads was a thing back then. It was more of a pay-per-click funneling, but it was more of a fun thing where it allowed me to grasp how the industry really works with just money and everything, and just understood the actual whole lifestyle more of what life's really about. Because back then, didn't really know there was Instagram, but it's not how Instagram was now. There wasn't an explore page back then, really and truly. So fast forward a little bit, where I started really making my first bit of money, and you were involved in it again. Normally, as everything goes, you're always involved in something. So again, we're moving into 2015 now. 2015, still 24 in 2015. This is hungry age. This is where I would say I was so hungry. And it's because we had nothing. We had absolutely no. I was so hungry. So Instagram pages. That's where I first started making my first bit of penny. Not gonna go too deep. I see that smile. Not gonna go too deep into it. But yeah, man. Instagram pages. So we started growing Instagram pages together. I think I started it. I started growing an Instagram page. Not gonna specify exactly what that Instagram page was, because is it working? Yeah. So not gonna really specify what the Instagram page was. Don't know, not specified, but it was an Instagram page, started growing from fighting pages. So it was like a little meme page, like probably what I'm Just Bait is now. We were doing stuff like that, but didn't really think too big, because at that point I was a kid. I'd say I'm 15, I'm 16. I'm not really not even 16, we're 15, innit? 15, 14. 15, 14, not really thinking on the bigger picture of growing it to the level of I'm Just Bait, but the pages we were growing were there. Like I remember I had a fighting page, and then I remember Faith started doing his pages because I told him, look, So I had one was a fighting page that I had going, and it was just street fights, and that was all the Instagram page was about knockouts. Yeah, it was a bit brutal. If you post that stuff now, if you post stuff like that now on Instagram, you're getting taken down. But back then they didn't really care. I think you zoomed in a lot. Yeah. You gonna fix it? Yeah, cool. So yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, that shit was gory, man. But yeah, so we started making pages like that, and that page there, that street fight page, that was on 300k, and this is before you had exposure. We're talking pre-reels, pre-video.
The way you could get big.
It was just when
it's like
videos
TikTok.
came.
It's like TikTok at the beginning. That's what it was. It was like TikTok a couple years ago, where if you literally posted anything, you'd blow.
But the algorithms were different. Back then, you couldn't blow, though. There was not an algorithm in place for you to blow.
It was hashtags.
Hashtags, there you go. That's
hashtags used to really bang back then. Back then, the only way you're finding content was through hashtag.
And follow for follow.
And follow for follow. Yeah. And like for like, and all these old school ways. You really knew Instagram inside and out. You really tapped into it. Yeah. And one thing I was gonna say is that what we created is like theme pages that people create now. Yeah. So like the Andrew Tate theme pages, or people might do. I've seen basketball theme pages. I've seen what people do now. What we did was back then, where like people would make basketball theme pages where you'll get loads of clips from a basketball player, or you'll get loads of clips from Andrew Tate from do alpha masculine shit. Anything. It could be you're taking lots of clips from women empowerment. You're taking lots of these clips, you're making a theme page around it, and you just post this, and then you create a brand around it. If you do shout outs for other people who want to grow their specific thing, or you do what's it called? You sell your own shit, sell your own products or whatever it might be. But yeah, we were basically doing that.
And the funny thing is, we didn't even do it for the money. I
Nah,
won't lie to you. We did it because it was fun. I think it was a numbers game. We always love numbers.
Yeah.
We always love numbers. It was always a numbers game of who could get the most amount of followers,
likes
between us, and likes.
comments.
And we used to always call and be like, "Ah, damn, look, I did this, I did that."
Yeah.
And then I think fast forward, we did that for a while, 3-4 months down the line when the pages were big. It wasn't like we had one page. We were running multiple pages and the multiple pages with
I'd come there, my big iPad, and I'll be in class. We'll be posting because you used to post like 5 times a day.
Yeah.
That's where our output come from. Our work ethic.
Biology class. It was in biology. You used to come with your big iPad.
iPads.
I used to have a small ass iPod, man. I used to have a little iPad.
That's how you know, bro. I didn't have no iPhone, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, all I had was an iPad,
Oh,
fam.
man.
Yeah. And that iPad was all my money I got from sweets and selling sweets and chocolates, fam.
So like I was saying, with that, fast forward like 2-3 months into that, I remember we got, either it was you that got a DM or I got a DM. I'm not too sure. We got a DM and it was someone saying, "I want to buy your page off you for like £1,500. And I'm like, what? What? £1,500? I'm what, 15?
Yeah.
Damn, 1,500. And at that point, that's a lot of money. I've never seen 1,500 in my life before.
Thanks.
I'm getting excited as a 15-year-old. I'm like, Faith, £1,500. I'm rich.
Yeah.
I could buy anything I
And that
want.
opened my eyes. I was like, "Raw, you're selling your page.
Yeah.
I can sell my page too." I put the gears to number 2 on my pages.
Yeah.
I started posting more.
So that was where we first made that little bit of money. But again, that all I don't even know what happened to that money. I think probably just spent it like a kid would have spent it. But yeah, had that money from selling the pages. Wasn't anything special. At this point, I'm still 15, 16, 14. God knows how old we were. It was your, I remember,
14,
I know the
15.
years. Like if you tell me, I don't know what years in school are, but that was year 9, year 10. I never forget the years because I know how it went off. I know it in years. So now we move into year 11. That's when we started doing Supreme. So for those that don't know, Supreme is a streetwear brand. We started buying and selling clothes, Supreme and whatnot, to make money. And that goes down. I never knew anything about Supreme. You didn't, did you? I give props to my boy Dak. He was into his clothing. He always used to wear that stuff. And that's where he came to us one day.
And we
he
saw
was like,
youths be wearing Supreme. Like, who was that one? That skater boy
what,
in biology.
In biology, skater boy.
That guy who was a skater.
In our school?
Yeah, in our class in biology, he was a skater, fam. Remember, he got a nice car early on.
Yeah.
Wasn't he into Supreme?
Probably.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Supreme was big back then. It was like, we're talking when Supreme was bloody hype. This is pre-LV Supreme collab. We're talking before like when...
This is when Hypebeast started coming around proper.
Yeah, when Hypebeast just started. So we started getting into Supreme, and this was it was every Thursday was the drop.
Yeah,
was it
every Thursday, 11 a.m.
Yeah, goddamn, I used to have
We always used to have
chemistry?
biology.
It was chemistry.
Yeah, we used to always have
chemistry.
something.
Yeah, it was chemistry. And the thing was, it dropped when break finished. It wasn't lunchtime, it was break.
And when lesson started.
Yeah, it was 11, and lesson starts at 11.
yeah.
And the drop starts at 11.
yeah.
So you're going to have to now decide whether you're in. And back then, you had to do it on a computer for it to push. On a phone, it was hard to actually secure the items in your basket. So you had to be on a computer.
Yeah.
And I don't think I really had a laptop. Did I have a laptop back then? I'm not too sure. But we used to use the computers.
I was using school computers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because internet was fast. That was the thing.
Yeah.
Couldn't connect to internet. So you had to use the school computers for the internet. Yeah. So we're now on school computers, hella tabs open, refresh, control R, trying to pick these stuff up. And it was fun because I'd buy it and I'd use my PayPal because all I had back then was really PayPal and one Santander bank card, I remember. And I still have that Santander account open to this day. But we used to buy that. I used to buy it and not even think about it. Like I'd stick as many items in the basket and just buy because back then everything used to sell. So it'll go in the item and then I'm turning everything off, putting on my bag, sprinting it to class. And every single time the teacher would get pissed at me. He'd be like, "You're late again. What are you doing? Why are you 10 minutes late every time?" And you can't really explain what you're doing. So you just have to take the little shouting or get out the classroom.
Or detention.
Or
Because
detention.
How many you got a detention?
Yeah, you get a detention. So that's why we started making a little bit of money. But it's not filling my hunger.
Even then, it was just £30, £50, £100.
Unless you got a box logo.
Yeah.
I remember when I made
You got a box logo?
I got a box logo once, and then also it was when the Sean Weatherspoons came out. This is later down the line, a little bit more later.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're talking
16, 17.
Yeah, 16, 17.
Yeah, 11, 12 even.
Sean Weatherspoons, the shoes came out, and they had hyper on them. I remember I picked them up from End. and sold them for like 600, 700 at that time.
Serious.
And right now, I think they're skyrocketed. I don't know what they're saying now. Yeah, right now they're dumb. But obviously back then, even for me, £400 profit's a lot of money. So I remember that's when I was like, damn, this selling is cool, but I need more money. I go home and internet and Google really is your best friend. I might have said before at the beginning of the podcast, you won't find certain...
2.8K on Farfetch.
Yeah, 2.8K. You won't find certain information on there, but the basic information is always there. So I always used to Google stuff and YouTube stuff. And as dumb as it seems, do you know what I typed in when I came across this? I was on YouTube and I just put, how do I make money?
We all done it, fam.
How do I make money? So I'm flicking through YouTube videos with nothing's really catching my eyes. I click a video, dropshipping video, and I'm talking the most basic description of dropshipping. I'm talking goddamn, bro, it's so basic, but it broke it down for my brain, my little brain at that time, so easily. And I was like, goddamn, you see now you got all these flashing lights, flashing numbers. This is dropshipping. This is dropshipping.
This is the 10 best ways to make money. And they go bare detail, bare description. Bro, I think that's one of the reasons why people skipped over dropshipping, because it's just so damn simple.
But back then, like you're saying, now it's all these flashing stuff. Back then, bro, the video that I watched was literally a slideshow video. It was a slideshow video on PowerPoint. And the guy literally broke down the model of what dropshipping was, where it was like a little flow diagram of it showing what dropshipping actually really is. And he was like, you're the person that's selling it. The consumer buys it. You order off AliExpress. From AliExpress, you put in their shipping details, send it off to them. And then my brain starts flashing. I'm like, this is goddamn easy. And where it even more clicked into my head is because the night before that, a couple days before that, I'm trying to buy some chains. Back then in school, it's cool to have chains, like, you know, the tennis bracelets and whatnot, and the little pendants. Back then in school, everyone had a little pendant. Talking 16, 17, it was cool and that. So I was looking online where to get a pendant from. And obviously, it's not real diamond, but my brain probably back then thought it was real diamond, or whatever it was. But I wanted to buy one of those pendants because I used to see everyone have them. And I was like, damn, I want them. And I'm going on websites and I'm seeing £80 for this pendant, £90 for this pendant, £60 for this pendant. And I was going to buy it. Swear down, I'm going to buy it. Fast forward a couple of days from me wanting to buy that pendant, I see that video that I'm talking about on YouTube. And then I go on AliExpress and I see that same pendant on AliExpress. And then I put two and two together. They're buying it from AliExpress, selling it on that website to idiots like myself.
Facts.
And I'm going and buying that way. That pendant on AliExpress is £6, selling it for £90. They're making the money.
There's the money. There's the money in the middle.
That's where it
clicked in.
That's where it clicked.
I'll never forget when you walked into the sixth form study room, bro, and your eyes were like, bro, like you just seen like revelation, bro. Like you were like, yo, I found the next, and you explained. You sat me and Dak down, and you explained it to us, and we were just like. Because we heard the same story all the time, and this was after we were kind of depressed at this point. We were feeling low, you know.
It was because Supreme wasn't popping.
Supreme wasn't popping. Shoes wasn't popping. No. Yeezys weren't popping. Bro, we was low. I can't lie. We was, you know, you're low, when me and Dak are just sitting to doing nothing, and then you come and explain to us, and we're like, you know.
I remember you.
Listen,
Dak. Listen, you. This guy did not believe in me. He didn't believe in me. I went to him and I said, "This is it," and you were like. Brushed it off. I know you brushed it off. Dak brushed it off as well. But do you know why you brushed it off? Because I always come with ideas. There was never a time where I'm not telling these guys something new. And some of the stuff definitely don't work. Not everything I say is going to work. But I was persistent with it. And I came with this, and you guys were probably like, it's just another Pappur thing. He's gonna come with this stuff, and it's gonna blow over the next day. Fast forward 2 days, I've gone back home. I'm putting everything I've made into this now. And back at that point, I don't even think I had that much in my bank account. Probably had only about £200-300 in my bank account. So you have to obviously get a 3-day trial with Shopify. I haven't done Shopify in a long time. 14-day Shopify free trial. Make the website. Struggling a little bit with the website, but I come back into school next day. Yo, guys, I'm making my website. What are you saying? I remember I said it. You were like, okay. Now, Dak, he's like, this guy really made a website. What if this actually blows? So Dak's now coming to me and he's like, let me in on it. I wanna help you with it. Let's go 50-50. I'm like, cool. Because at this point, I don't really have that much money. So I'm like, cool.
So
we go
resources. Yeah,
resources. Let's go 50-50. If it blows off, we're both good. So we go 50-50 now. Dak more creative, more of a creative type of guy. So he's good with websites and whatnot. So he took the website to another level.
Not creative, it's more analytics, it's more numbers, it's
Yeah.
more management.
Yeah,
he's got that kind of brain.
Yeah, and it's good to lay over stuff. And at that young age, I knew that I can't do everything by myself, and I have to lay it over to people that are better than me at certain things.
Yeah.
So he was better at that stuff. So he made the website. Website was looking amazing. I was in shock at the website. I'm like, damn, I'd buy from this website. And we got rid of the little Shopify at the bottom. I remember I was like, make sure we get rid of that Shopify at the bottom. So we got rid of the Shopify at the bottom.
I remember you man were just working. I couldn't even chat to you, man. You man were just working, fam. Good to see.
And we're only 16, 17 at this point, man. Hungry. You know when you're hungry. I never forget when you're really hungry and you look in the mirror. I used to spend hours on hours looking at the mirror and looking at myself saying, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Every single day and to this day I still look in the mirror and I'm like, we're gonna go further in life. Still a lot more to achieve. And I believe that there's a lot more heights to achieve that I'm gonna achieve further down the line. This is just the beginning for me personally. So fast forward, the website's made. Now you'd think happily ever after, start making some money. Now, marketing, I don't know nothing about marketing. There's no YouTube videos. Now you got plenty. There's Facebook ads. There's nothing on marketing back then. So we're sitting there thinking, how are we going to do this? So we're there. Let's make an Instagram page. Cool. Made an Instagram page. Start messaging people on Instagram. This was my marketing idea, by the way. Message people on Instagram and try to get them to sell. So obviously I'm messaging people randomly. Obviously I'm growing the page through the hashtags, like we said.
You're using what you used from
what we used from
then.
back then onto this one. We grew the page to about 10K. No one's buying anything though. We're messaging people. And what we had was we had a little plugin on the website. It was called Orange. I'll never forget. It was called Orange or something like that. It was a picture of an orange. And with that plugin, it showed you exactly when someone's on your website, what their email is. So it's pretty good at getting an email list at the end of the day. And it showed you what they did, what they looked at. So what I used to do, this is how much time. If you told me right now to go do this, I would laugh twice in my own face and say, I'd be lazy. I'd be honest right now. I'd be lazy to do what my younger self used to do. I used to look at every single person that went on the website, watch their live video of what they did on the website, what pendants they clicked on, then figure out what their Instagram page is, go on Instagram, DM them and say, oh, I saw you looked at this pendant. We have a 20% offer on it. If you use this promo code, go buy the pendant. And this is me putting manual labor in to get a sale. That's how hungry I am for a sale. That's how hungry I am to make this shit blow. And no one's buying anything. I'm getting demotivated, man. The trial's coming to an end. We got 1 day left of the trial. Dak's given up now at this point. This guy's like, nah, this is done, man. And we said to each other, we said, okay, we're not gonna pay for the Shopify. Once the trial is over, we'll give up. Like, it is what it is. It never worked. We tried. It was another method we tried. Another money-making scheme. Didn't work. On to the next one. Now, this is the night before. Every time I talk about this, my body gets chills, man. I'm telling you, some of the stuff that I've done actually gives me chills because I can remember and it makes me smile when I remember about these things. We're like, now this is the last night. So Dak's asleep. This is like 10 p.m. at night, 11 p.m. at night. This guy's gone to sleep. We got school the next morning. Or actually, it was a Saturday. We didn't have school in the morning. It was a Saturday. It was a Friday. The next day was a Saturday. And the thing is, I remember this shit so vividly because I remember what I exactly did the next day. So it's 10 p.m. I'm targeting an American guy. He's got a meme page. Not a meme page. So what we were selling back then, and I've got the DMs to prove it. We were selling V-Loan chains. I don't know if I'm going to get sued now. Go sue. Whatever you want to do, whatever. I have V-Loan chains. Bari's not even part of V-Loan anymore. He got some allegations I saw recently. So, yeah. So it was, for those who don't know, ASAP Rocky, ASAP Mob. Back then, it was a big thing when we were 17, 18. And they had V-Loan. A lot of people probably know what V-Loan is. It's the t-shirt. It's part of their branding. So what we were selling at that time on our website was a V-Loan chain. And it was just a V with the chain around it. So what I did was I saw a Instagram page that was directly targeted to ASAP Mob fans and ASAP Rocky fans. And he had about 30K followers. So I was DMing this guy. And I'm not going to go too much into details of how the DMing went. But long story short, I eventually was able to get this guy to do us a promo for free. Now, deep in, no one's doing promos for free. I was able to get a promo for free. So I'm like,
that promo would have been worth if you paid for it.
Now.
No, back then, even if you had to pay for it back then.
I don't know. No one really paid back then. Probably like £20 anyways. It wasn't a lot. It was like 15, 10, £20.
You didn't have any money.
But back then, I didn't even want to pay for it. I didn't believe in it. I didn't expect it. So there's this guy. He's like, he does it for free. Don't know why he did it. I think we gave him a free chain or what. We promised him a free chain.
You promised him something.
Yeah, we promised him something. And he did it. He did it for free. And I'll never forget. He posted it. And I swear to God, man, I could close my eyes. It didn't take 2 seconds. My phone starts going off. And at this point, I've never heard the ka-ching sound. I think, what's this? Or what is this? $49.99. $49.99. $49.99. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. $49.99. Bro, I'm thinking, what the hell? And this shit ain't stopping, bro. This shit is not stopping. It's going. Bro, it's just selling. I'm like, what's going on? I'm so happy at this point. Bro, I'm telling you, just off that promo alone, we hit over like 400 sales. Just off that one alone.
Just in case no one's heard the Shopify ka-ching sound, this is it.
Yeah.
Look at your face. Look at your face.
Oh,
Oy, that sound.
Bro,
when you hear it, it's like they know what they're doing, fam. It's just when you hear it, fam. Yeah.
It's nostalgic.
It's nostalgic,
especially when you haven't done it in a lot. For some people that still do Shopify, it probably just sounds like a normal sound. But for me, that's one nostalgic sound for me.
But I remember you leave your phone on in biology class, and we just hear ka-ching, and everyone starts getting gas.
This is later that like we start actually doing drop shipping. But yeah, we hit 400 sales. And no, Dak is asleep at this point. I'm calling this guy, please wake up, bro. I'm jumping up and down in my little ass bedroom, bro. I am so happy. My mom's asleep. I don't even know what to say. I don't even want to tell her anything at this point. Like, I've not even said anything. I'm jumping up and down. I'm so excited. And then we wake up in the morning. Okay, cool, whatever. We hit like we made a lot of money. I think we made like 10 grand, which is stupid for a 16, 17-year-old. Obviously, now you see 16, 17-year-olds making stupid. Yeah. And I'm absolutely proud of them. Craig, you're killing it, bro. Genuinely killing it. Anyone that's young right now making money, you're a fucking king or a queen. You're doing crazy bits for yourself. But back then for us, there was no one doing it. When I look at it, no one around us was doing what we were doing it, man. And it felt amazing to us when we did it. So to me, I felt like I was the shit at that point. Wake up in the morning, to a little bit of bad news. Obviously, Dak's woken up at this time and he's seen the sales. Next morning, we get a DM, and the DM's from ASAP Bari. Please, why are you selling our chain? You're not allowed to do this. Take it off. And bro, I'm a kid at this point. I look up to this guy. I look up to ASAP Rocky and whatnot.
I remember you got a bit flustered, fam.
Yeah, so I'm there fanboying on the text a little bit. I'm like, oh, bro, we really fuck with your music. We came to your show the other time.
That's how you know it's so popular that even ASAP Bari knew about it.
Yeah, he messaged us. Yeah, I think that shit blew. I don't know why, bro. Like it was like God sent a little bit as well, because it was just so weird, because we were gonna stop at that night as well. And this is why I say you get repaid for everything that you do. So obviously, long story short, he messaged us. I'm kind of low-key trying to be nice back and be like, oh yeah, really fuck with the shit. Sorry, we didn't know. We'll stop. Like, no, this guy's blocked me, man. Why are you blocking me for? So he blocks us. We still continue to sell it. I'm like, okay, you want to block me? And I'm a kid. I don't know how suing and stuff really works at that point. So I'm like to Dak, I'm like, we can still sell it. It's our top seller. People are still buying this. And I'm like, okay, cool. We'll just continue selling it. But we just changed the name from, obviously back then we had it straight up as V-Loan ASAP Chain. But now we've just changed it to V-Chain. And people are still buying it. So we're like, cool. And then that's when the shop starts to take off. God damn the shop. I wish we continued with that shop. And this is where I think over the years, I learnt my lessons of sticking to something rather than jumping ship. I feel like I always used to get bored of things and want to move to the next thing rather than stick and master something. Didn't really master it properly. We kind of was in drop shipping for a while. I think for about 3 to 4 months in that shop. And then we moved on to, I got bored of the low ticket, moved to high ticket. I remember I went to high ticket. I was selling furniture, selling furniture. People are still doing it now. I saw this guy the other day. I was speaking to him and he was like, bro, I'm making a killing selling furniture. Right. And then I showed him screenshots because I still have them. I have these all over my phone. On my old phone, I had screenshots and I had it with me. Show him the screenshots. I'm like, look how much I was making back in the day. Right. We're making sales like £400 high ticket sales back then. And pulling in dumb numbers, selling those sofas. So I started doing that. Started making good money at that age, 17, 18. We're making decent money. And dropshipping becomes saturated, man. I didn't do Facebook ads. Dropshipping came saturated.
I don't think dropshipping became saturated. I think we didn't, what to call it, adapt fast enough.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You can't say that because I know people still making calm money dropshipping. It's the fact that we didn't adapt fast enough. And the thing is, even when dropshipping became quote unquote, it's just the fact that, I don't know, well, you learned about Facebook ads and you went, but I know for me, when I learned about it, I was just doing the same method as you were doing, the Instagram shout outs, that was banging, but then eventually it just stopped banging. And I was like, I can't be bothered to learn about it.
And the price is increasing.
And the price is increasing.
It went
The
from
margins
20
weren't,
pound.
the margins weren't. The people from AliExpress, they started clocking on like, yo, you man are making dumb money, like just start increasing prices. So yeah, I just think we just didn't adapt fast enough. Yeah. But dropshipping is still a great way to get some capital.
Like I said, I bumped into someone the other day and he's doing it,
Yeah.
It's still very good. Like I said, that guy is doing high ticket items.
I know someone 18's got 2 rollies living in Dubai now, dropshipping. Like, still money in it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Dropshipping is cool, man.
Yeah.
Just gotta stick to it.
Yeah, you
Something
just
we
gotta
were
stick.
really
That's
good at
that,
that time.
I can say confidently, no ego, no cockiness. We would have been touching millions and millions if we stuck, because how early we was, like, I know so many people now.
Okay, you know what I'll say, and this might be a push, and I might get called out for it or whatnot. People might come after. I don't really care anyways.
Yeah.
But Sanucci, the brand that when we were selling,
Oh yeah,
jewelry,
could have been bigger than them.
no, not even that. When we were selling jewelry, Sanucci hadn't even started.
Yeah.
And Sanucci started.
They just started coming around like a year after.
A year after
you was.
And kid me not, I think they started dropshipping.
Yeah,
I think
they
it
were
was
dropshipping. Everyone, we all knew. We were watching it.
They were selling the exact same stuff.
Exact same stuff you was getting.
However, what they did properly than we did, and I think again, I will personally throw it back to my age and not be cocky or whatnot, like you said as well. We didn't do it properly.
No.
I think I wasn't developed enough marketing wise and ideology wise to push it to the next level, but them lot did. And look at where Sanucci is where we could have probably been with what we were doing.
Even more. Yeah, 100%, fam.
But again, learning lessons, and that's not the only learning lesson I've had. I've had way more bigger learning lessons than that have recently come about. But again, we still move through life.
Yeah.
Like I said, life is like a wave. This is what I like to tell everyone. Life is like a wave. It's like a sine wave. You got your ups and your downs, and the higher your ups are, the lower these lows are gonna be. But the more low it goes, the momentum that it builds. Once it hits that rock bottom, you're gonna go even higher. So life is not a straight line. Don't ever expect it to be plain sailing. You're gonna lose money. You're gonna make money. You're gonna stop somewhere. You're gonna think, why is my journey like this? But ain't no one that I've seen that is successful. And when I say successful, you see a lot of people saying they're successful. I'm talking people that are well off, like multi-millionaires. Ain't not one of them told me that my life's been normal. It's been a plain sail. I've had people tell me some crazy stories where I'm like, damn, I thought my stories were crazy. Bro, you've been through it.
You've been through it, yeah.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, you talked about your highs there, and what happened, because it seemed like, because obviously, we could just talk about what happened recently. Let's talk about like the last year for you, the last year, and how it's been.
We worked together.
Huh? Yeah. What? So should we go from NFTs then?
Yeah, we could start from NFTs. I think there was a little gap where it was.
What happened between that gap? Because obviously
it was COVID, wasn't it? It was COVID.
After drop shipping and whatnot. Then we moved on to sneakers. Then we moved on to sneaker reselling.
So that's when COVID was, sneakers, stocks. That's when the stock boom was. Remember, we made a lot of money in stocks.
We made a lot. So we did sneakers. Then you did stocks. Yeah. Made money, Pokemon cards, and then I'd say those those three we made us about the same amount of money in all three of them. But it's only when we moved on to NFTs that was the low. That was the day, because stocks, sneakers, and thingy was just kind of like they weren't big ups and downs. There was ups and downs. Nothing much to really talk about. You can really talk about another time, but
NFTs is where it started.
NFTs when we really had a big up and a big down.
That's where I made a lot of money.
Yeah, you made a lot.
That's where I made a lot of money. Man.
That's when you hit certain milestones. That you've never seen before.
That's when, I can't lie, I thought I was clear.
Yeah.
This shit was crazy.
Yeah.
My NFTs were crazy.
Talk about it, man. I can't lie. The way, you see, like you said at the beginning, you're completely correct, you're an opportunist, because you saw the opportunity with there NFTs, with NFTs, before anyone saw it. And
but I'm talking just before it started to pop up.
Just before it started to blow.
Just before. I just caught the wave.
Yeah, you caught the wave.
Just caught the wave.
You caught the wave. And you told me about it, every single thing.
Yeah.
And if I caught the wave too, I would have been ridiculously up as well, fam. If I caught that wave.
I put all my money into this.
You put just like you.
I had saved, like, I'm be straight up with my numbers. I had about 60,000 saved in my savings. I had £60,000 saved. And I was like, I'm going all in.
All
I
in.
remember I called
Yeah,
you.
every
you
single
said,
penny.
You
I
said,
said,
take
you
a
had it in
little bit
stocks?
out.
Yeah.
You said, don't take it all out. Don't be
yeah.
stupid.
Don't be
Call my boy Dak. He was like, okay, go on, put 40 in.
Yeah.
Dak's there, say, bro, just put 20 in. Don't even put all your money in.
Yeah. Everyone's got a different risk tolerance. Yeah.
And I said, nah, man, this is it. This is the one for me, man. I'm gonna do it. Took it all out. But I've taken it out my stocks into my bank. I'm going into the bank every morning. They're not letting me take my money out. They're stopping me from taking my money out and putting it into crypto. And they're like, don't do it. It's not regulated. You shouldn't do it. Like, are you sure you want to do it? They're not letting me take my money out. And at this point, I'm missing drops. And I'm seeing shit, triple, quadruple, 100x. And I'm thinking, goddamn bank, let me take my fucking money out and put it in this stuff. They're blowing up. Bro, this is when I caught OnlyForce. So it was ON1 Force, whatever you want to call it, OnlyForce. That's when I caught the wave. And that's when shit was popping. I caught that on Mint. And I minted a lot. And I bought a lot of what's it called? Just off the aftermarket on OpenSea. This is before it propelled. This is at like 0.4 ETH, 0.5 ETH. And ETH at this point is at 3K, bro. 2.8K, 3K pounds. No, actually not pounds, dollars with 3K dollars. And I've put all my money in and I'm buying this OnlyForce because there's hype around this bastard, bro. So I'm buying, I put all my money into this. I put about 60 grand into it, bro. And then, bro, I wake up 2 days later, FaZe Banks is shouting it out. Fuck. I wake up, Logan Paul's shouting it out. Everyone's shouting it out, bro. And you know what? This is when Clubhouse was popping as well. And where I really, really caught it. Like I said, opportunist. I really caught it because I was listening in the Clubhouse room and I overheard like it was this guy called Farouk and there's a couple other people in there that were big in the NFT space and they were talking about that only one project. And I could see there was someone from FaZe in there. And I thought to myself, because I was like, if mainstream people get on this shit's gonna blow. And this is where NFTs, Bored Ape Yacht Club was popping. But at this time, Bored Apes were only worth like 7, 8 ETH, 9 ETH.
Right.
They weren't even a lot. This is before they hit 90 ETH. So obviously they're talking about OnlyForce. And I'm like, let me just go all in on this. Because everything else is blowing up. I'm seeing the apes blowing up. I'm seeing this and that blowing up. This is before they even dropped the mutants. So I went all in on OnlyForce. Like I said, 2 days later, 3 days later, Banks shouts it out. FaZe Banks, owner of, well, he's co-founder of FaZe. I don't know what he is, but he's a big face in the scene. Logan Paul shouts it out. Jake shouts it out. You see everyone. Aiden Ross is shouting it out. This is where Aiden just blew up as well, bro. And that shit, bro, went from about, I picked it up for about 0.8 ETH, bro. Shit was sitting on 20 ETH, 12 ETH, 13 ETH, bro. And I'm talking from a 0.8 ETH, bro. And I
Mint.
Nah, not mint. I picked some up
on aftermarket.
On aftermarket,
Wow.
and I minted a few as well, bro. I don't know the numbers, bro. The numbers are stupid, bro. The numbers were Where you going? The numbers were absolutely ridiculous. This is where I'm now sitting on dumb money. That from 0.8 to 8 ETH. What is that? That's a 10x, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 10x.
Yeah, it's a 10x, bro. From a 60 grand invest. And I'm saying it went higher than that. And I had some legendaries. And some of the legendaries were going for dumb money. Let me put it that way for you. I had some legendaries and I started selling this shit. And then OnlyForce starts dropping, bro. And I'm like, yes, I fucking sold this shit. And then next project comes out. I go all in on Adam Bomb Squad. And this, again, bro, I minted this at, bro, 0.15. It was at like a 0.15 ETH. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something
like that.
Goddamn
Cheap.
low.
I remember that was a slow burner, but you went all in. Your conviction on that was heavy.
I bought so
your conviction
many
was
of them
heavy.
bastards, bro. I had like, my wallet was full. I was a fucking whale in that project. And then, yeah, basically, bro, just made shit ton of money off NFTs. I didn't want to talk too tough about it because it kind of hurts me as well.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I'm thinking, I'm a whale out here, so I'm doing crazy shit that I shouldn't be doing. Should be a smart human, take the money out, invest it, take out my investment out. Like my mom always used to tell me, she'd be like, always, whatever you invest, mom always used to tell me, whatever you invest, take your initial investment out, play with the rest, man. I never even took my initial investment. I didn't take the...
Even I said to you, take the initial out. Full conviction.
So, yeah, I'm a little gambler at heart, I won't say it, but it kicked me in the ass later down the line. But yeah, we're sitting on stupid amounts of money. I'm investing in other projects, whatnot, and the money is just going up. And ETH is going up at this time as well. It's a beautiful time for just the crypto scene in general. ETH hit an all-time high, about 3.1k pounds. We were there at that time. Remember when it all hit?
What,
When it was at all-time high, Eve.
I remember.
And yeah, so basically, long story short, we were making a lot of money.
Yeah.
I come to you and I'm like, let's make our own NFT project.
Yeah.
I'm like,
again, opportunity.
yeah, opportunity.
Exactly.
Let's do it. Why not? I'm in projects. I've got access to networks.
You get me.
I got people there. At this point, I've built a good relationship around the community. I've got a good connection to a few decent people.
Exactly.
Like I was speaking to Llama about it. Remember that guy? He dropped Llamaverse. For those who know the NFT scene, owner of Llamaverse. We were in contact with him for our project. I spoke to him. He guided us down the right routes and whatnot. So obviously, come down the line, we do our project together. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. We'll talk about it and what we learned from it. You get me? Simple as that. Talk about. Well, what's it called here? You know, like you said there, again, opportunities.
It was a slow burner as well.
Yeah, it was a slow burner. Like you said, opportunities. You know, you saw the opportunity. I had the marketability. You had the know-how. And we were like, you know, let's just do our own project. It just made a lot of sense on paper. And, you know, we did what we needed to do. We did what we needed to do. You was in control of that. We did what we needed to do. And, you know, it was successful. It was successful because we did that well. The first drop was successful. The ID cards.
We didn't care about that first drop.
Nah. Our mindset was straight on
the
actual,
bigger picture.
Yeah, the bigger picture. Straight away.
I don't think it was too fast. I'm too busy investing at this point. I'm investing in big projects at this point. But yeah, so obviously we dropped very successful. Yeah. And I think what timing really was bad was
because now what went wrong from it and what did we learn from it? And what went wrong was, well, you want to go on say what do you think?
What went wrong?
Well, you're gonna just say, well, I'd say one was I think we didn't have. I think we tried to do too much by ourselves.
Yeah.
We tried to do too much by ourselves because what? How big are these NFT teams that you saw that were in it? Because the thing is, I've always said it, I didn't really have the experience in NFTs. You was the only one. You had that really experience. And then, we had lots of other people. But we hired all those guys, moderators and stuff like that. But they didn't know shit about NFTs either.
We didn't funnel correctly. We didn't funnel the right people. I'll be honest with you. I think we just didn't do it in the correct way. And if I was to do an NFT project again, I would do it a lot way better than.
Well, how would you do it this time?
I would have a proper team of people that actually understand what we're actually doing. Because the team that we didn't really understand. Everyone was really in it to just get it out of the way. No one really had pure passion.
No one really wanted to,
Everything that I put into that project was pure passion.
Pure passion. You put a hot... There's no one can say to me you didn't put 150% into that, bro. You put your whole heart, soul, body, bro. Everything. Because I
believed in it.
Yeah.
When I do something, like I said, I'm an opportunist. I see an opportunity, I grab it. But when I do grab that opportunity, I put everything. I put my mind, body, soul into that one thing that I do believe in. And I did do that with this NFT project where there was lots of sleepless nights where I'm sitting in my office and I'm working. I don't drink coffee. I don't like caffeine. I'm forcing caffeine down me. I'm forcing Red Bulls just to get shit done and make sure I connect with the right people. I have to connect with Americans, bro. In the UK, no one was really doing NFT. NFT scene in the UK wasn't really that. I have to be in contact with these Americans, bro, and try get shit done with them and try work with them and try build connections within the NFT scene. I'm there working on this project, bro. In and outs. NFT scene starts to slack a little bit. We obviously dropped this is the issue as well. When we dropped that first initial project, bro, well, the first part of the project, the Genesis, when we dropped the Genesis project, bro, what it was that was peak, bro. That was peak. When I say peak, I'm talking peak NFT, bro. Ain't no one taught me different. I think it's like we picked that date. That date was peak NFT date, bro. Like that was peak.
Like it wasn't going. Like, it wasn't going
higher than that, and it just dropped.
Because that was just, pardon me. Because that was just when people were going, "Oh, BTC is gonna hit 100K." Like everyone was saying, BTC is gonna hit 100K.
That was happy day. And you know what? You know what hurts me is when everyone's winning, no one's upset.
Yeah,
everyone's happy.
Yeah,
we're going to the moon. Because we're gonna make it.
Because as soon as we dropped it. It doubled straight away.
Everyone's happy. Yeah. Everyone's happy and whatnot. Okay, cool, whatnot. And we're a bit slow with that information. Hand on heart, some of the stuff that we did was very slow, but it's because behind the scene, we're trying to put pen to paper and actually pull shit off and not give information away and make it exciting rather than just feed the information. So we were feeding information out very slow, but that's because we were working behind the scenes. And like I said, we dropped it at the peak. And what ended up happening, it didn't level off. If it leveled off, it's cool. Or if it dropped a little bit and leveled off, it's cool. It plummeted. bro, it plummeted. And I'll give you an example, bro. Like I said, I was in Adam Bomb Squad. That project went from a 0.15 to close to 2 ETH. And that when we dropped our project, Adam Bomb Squad was at 2 ETH. I didn't give a fuck about the money that was made in the project, bro. Yeah. The money that was made in the project
doesn't compare.
was not even 1% of what I made off that project. Yeah. Bro, I had money in that project. Bro, I'm talking high-end 6 figures in that project, bro. When that project was at its peak, bro. Obviously, I didn't take the money out. Yeah. Cool. Mistake that I made. And this is where I learned a big loss in my life. Bro, I'm talking high 6 figures. I'm talking close to $1 million. We're talking close to $1 million with this project I have there. And that's at its peak. And that's when we dropped our project. We made the project sold out. I'm gassed for that. Yeah. But I'm way more gassed for this. Because I'm thinking, God damn, I made it. Yeah. Like, I can take that out and now reinvest in one more project. And if that does another 10x, bro, that's 6 M's. I'm saying on 6 M's, 7 M's. You get me? So, come across, shit starts plummeting. Adam Bomb Squad goes from 2 ETH to 1.5, 1.5
and you didn't
to
sell?
1. Didn't sell.
Not a single one.
I sold a few on the go, but not a lot because I'm still believing. I'm thinking it's just a little... Because how the NFT scene worked was it was like 2 weeks on, 1 week off, 2 weeks on, 1 week off, 2 weeks on, 1 week off. That 1 week went to 2 weeks. 2 weeks went to 3 weeks. Shit started plummeting. Went from 1 ETH to 0.8, 0.8 to 0.6. And then the crypto crash hit. ETH went down. And that shit went to 0.3, 0.2, 0.1. Bro, Adam Bomb Squad hit an all-time low. And I went from high 6 figures to basically what I already have anyways, 5 figures. You get me? Like what I already have in my savings and whatnot at that point. Yeah. And I'm thinking, God damn, I've lost it all. And shit starts going left in my life. And this is what I mean, the waves. You have those highs. We went Dubai, and that was the first time we all went Dubai together. Yeah. We went Dubai, and bro, I was at a high at that point in my life. We were at a high, and everything's going straight up. It's like we're going to the sky. Yeah. We had shit in plans. We were doing other stuff as well in plans. And I was like, damn, if we move this project down the right route, bro, I put so much time in the second part of the project. Bro, if I can show you screenshots that I have, bro, we had developers working on whole ass...
I'm gonna make sure I put it up this time. This time I'm putting it up. All the things that
the development that we had, the UI was looking beautiful, bro. Everything. We had games created that were linked to NFT, shit that no one else had done. But it's crashed. Everything's crashed.
So nobody wanted to buy it.
Even if we release this, it's crashed to the point that even if we release, we're not that sustainable to sustain that. So even if we release it and you guys sustain it, that buy into the project, it will eventually crash. So we had to make a decision. Do we drop the project or do we not drop the project? And at this point, I'm going through my own life shit. I'm losing people in my life that I care for. I'm bloody losing 6 figures, bro. At high-end 6 figures, I'm losing. I'm crashing my car. I was in hospital for 2 days. Bro, I'm going through fucking shit in life, man.
Behind the scenes.
Real life shit.
And even me, I said to myself, you know, I've got too many things going on. So we allowed it. And I'll say there's another mistake that we made there was that the people involved in our project, our community, didn't know anything about NFTs. That was they didn't know as much. That was another thing that kind of lacked us.
And then, talking about it with waves and whatnot. That's what I mean. Like, we were going up. Like, we went to Dubai, enjoyed it.
Enjoyment,
bro. We even were like, everything's on us. Yeah. We were like, everything's on us. Yeah. Don't worry, we got you, man. Everything's on us, bro. Like that's the type of people we are, man. Yeah. If I'm up, my whole people are up, man. Like, everyone around me is up. I want to see everyone smile. I can't smile on my own. I don't feel happy. Yeah. I'm a very people's person. Like, I want to make sure other people are happy around me, especially people that I grew up with. So obviously at that point, shit's going high. Like, I'm like, this shit can't get any worse. Like, everyone back home, my friends, family, they're like, damn, you're good. You're living life. And it's like evil eye. I don't know what it is, man. I don't even want to say evil eye, but shit just went down, man. Shit just went down.
So you crashed your car?
Yeah, bro. Crashed my car. I was in hospital for 2. Bro, I wrote my car off and I've never crashed a car before.
Yeah,
man.
you never.
Never.
Yeah.
I'm a good driver.
Very good driver.
I'm a good driver. Yeah. Never crashed my car. Crashed my car, bro.
You've been driving for a while as well.
Yeah, very bad accident, man, where my life flashed before my eyes. And that was the turning point for me. Obviously, that happened all the way at the end. Wow. So obviously, I lost my money. Didn't
First
hit me.
off,
You know what the thing was?
mm,
You know when obviously I do say I lost the money. It didn't hit me. Remember, I'm
yeah,
calling
yeah.
you, I'm laughing down the phone.
Yeah.
At that point, but obviously it's hit me now.
Because it's just figures on the screen at
Yeah,
that
yeah.
moment.
At that point, it's figures on the screen. And at that point, I'm laughing. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter, man. I'll make it. Is cool, whatever. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? So at that point, I really didn't even give a fuck about the money. The money wasn't the issue, but I was under so much other stress in my life that I can't really talk about.
Yeah.
But I had other stress going on in my life. And then I lose people in my
Losing
life.
people in your life that you care about.
And then I have other stuff going on behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
obviously the crash happened. And this is all pushing me down. And I never forget, I sat down and I have my own apartment at this time. I had my own apartment. I lived by myself. I remember I sat on that sofa and it was silent. The room was silent. I don't know if anyone can relate. I was sitting on that sofa and I'm trying to do some work. I have work to do. I'm always busy. Even whatever's going on in my life, I always still make sure I'm working because time ain't never coming back. It doesn't matter what's happening. Time will never come back. So I'm working. I lift my head up and I'll never forget this. I just burst out crying. Like, I burst out like genuinely upset. Everything's silent. And I'm like, why is everything around me silent? And that's when I realized, damn, this world's crazy and I have to plug out. And this is after I've obviously crashed as well. So I've gone through it. At this point, I'm like, I can't go any lower than this. Even though I'm still going lower, but I'm like, you need to make a change, man. You need to make a change. Your environment needs to change. Who you're around needs to change. What you're doing needs to change. You need to get back on your feet. And at this point, I'm not fat, but I've put on a bit of weight. So I changed my environment, move out of my apartment, move into another apartment, come a bit closer to home, closer to family, come back, get rid of my phone. I got rid of my phone for about 2.5 months. Didn't have a phone. I got rid of my phone. No connection to anything outside world. This is when, and I feel bad for you, bro. Genuinely, man. I gotta give it to you, man. You're like family, man. I put shit on your shoulders. Like, genuinely, I never say stuff, but you handle that shit like a man, bro. Because I left at a bad point, and you were going through shit, and this guy's getting
threats,
absolutely
death
threatened
threats.
for no reason, man. Like, what's going on? And I'm off. I'm plugged out. I've got no one's got access to me. I want my own space. Like, I don't care. I got money to live off. I don't need to make money online. I'm never dependent on it. I'm so, at this point in my life, I'm so good that I've got investment portfolios around everywhere where I don't really need to worry about shit. So, I can live off my money that I've got saving and my investments coming in. So I'm good. I could plug out. I've plugged out. I'm just focusing on me. I'm tuning into myself, man. I start finding myself.
Yes.
No music, no phone.
Yes.
Something starts
I
building
really
up.
recommend that as well.
Something starts building up in me, man. I start going gym every day. Gym becomes therapy, bro. I always loved gym. But gym became therapy for like 9 months for me. Like 6-7 months, that gym changed me, man, bro. I changed into a whole different man. I go gym every single day. I work my ass out. Every gym session, bro, I'm going in like there's no tomorrow. Like, if I don't kill myself this gym session, and I've got pain built up in me, bro, over these past few years where I'm like, damn, I need to get this out of me, man. So go gym, come back home. It's like a cycle. I build a good routine. I build a goddamn good routine. The only thing I have access to is my laptop, but there's no connection to people on my laptop, just connection to work and expanding my knowledge. All I did was work, understand stuff, break stuff down that I would have never broken down before. And my mind is so clear because I'm away from all this bullshit,
From all the noise.
all this social media, all this noise that my brain's channeling into new things, bro. And this is when I'm like, damn, the world is big. There's a lot you can do.
There's a lot you can,
and that's in that 9 months, bro. I made more money than I've made my whole entire life. Tapping into the right people, doing the right things, and being healthy. Like, damn, bro.
How important is health?
Health
How important is gym?
How many times do I tell you, bro?
Every
What's the
day,
one
fam.
thing I tell you? Bro, if I don't message this guy every single day, bro, have you gone gym? Have you gone gym? Have you done push-ups? Have you done pull-ups? Make sure you're doing your shit, bro.
Yeah, you gotta do.
Make sure you're doing your shit. You're getting fat. I will call you out. I will say you're looking fat, bro. Fix up. And there's people that turn around to me and say, you can't fat shame him. You can't tell him he's fat. Bro, this guy's my fucking brother. I've known this guy. He's like fucking family to me. And I will tell him if he's fucking fat, I will tell you you're fat, bro. Fix. Go gym. Bro, your body is your temple. If you're fat, you ain't getting shit done. You're not healthy in the head. bro, when I lost my weight, I was fat, bro. There's nothing wrong with fat people, but what's wrong is if you're not putting the fucking work in to make change. Do you not agree with me? Do you or do you not agree?
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
That's what 100%. I'm saying.
Yeah, of course I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
bro, bro, gym. I think even besides just the reason why health is so important, the reason why gym is so important is because like people have to understand that when you're working your muscle, you know, on these mental stuff, your muscle is your brain is a muscle. Your brain is a muscle, and when you go to gym, it's like you're building your muscle up. And when you're building your muscle up, it means that you can go through more high stress situations. Even during that period as well, because you was getting onto me, like I have to thank you that you got onto me like that, because for me as well, during that period, I was also going gym heavy, you know, for me as well. That was also a period where, during that period when you got off your phone and literally I had all the heat on me, it's like gym was the only escape. It's the only escape you have. And when you're at gym, it's your release. And like you said there, you're working out like there's no tomorrow, and you're putting everything into it. And when you're there going hard and you're accomplishing, it's the only place where you're not against other people. Because when you're doing business, when you're doing things like what we do, you know, whatever opportunity, it's always you against somebody else. You have to work with people. But gym's the only time when it's you and your body, where if you can't lift that weight, that's your fault and nobody else's. And me going through that gym and me doing what I needed to do there every single day, it said to myself, look, if I can conquer my own body, I can conquer anything. Do you get me? That type of shit. So, bro, yeah, like there's nothing more important than that, to the point where like even now, like a lot of people love making excuses, and now I just can't make an excuse for my health. Even now, I'm in a very busy point in my life. I make sure I at least get push-ups, and I should be going. Even this is telling me I need to get to my gym quickly, but at least do push-ups, sit-ups, and stuff every single day, because there's just no excuses. There's just no excuses. There's no excuses. I can single-handedly say that gym will take you through.
I used to go gym in the mornings. I used to go gym with this guy, especially at the peak time when I got rid of my phone. I was hitting cardio in the morning time, and I was doing weights at night time. Cardio.
Sometimes you go 3 times a day.
Sometimes I go 3 times a day. Yeah, it's not healthy, but for me that shit was healthy. That shit was therapy for me at that time. But I was going through shit, bro. I had at time. This guy didn't have my phone number. You didn't have my phone number. I had a Nokia phone. This guy didn't have the only person that had my phone number was my mom. Ain't nobody else had my phone number.
You had mine. You just called me. That's it. I didn't have your phone
and
number.
It got to a point where, okay, I'm feeling certain man. Do you know what it was?
People started messaging.
The real ones that looked checked up on me had my numbers. Because it got to a point where I'd never forget. This is where also you realize who's really there for you, bro. Who's really real. I had someone drive all the way from up north. One of my friends drive all the way from up north down to my house. Called me. I'm picking up the phone thinking, who's calling my... Because no one... Like, why are you calling my house? And he's like, is he there? Yeah. And I'm like, who's this? He's like, bro, it's me. I've come all the way to see if you're good. Are you alive? And I go down and I hug the guy, bro. And I was like, thank you, bro. Genuinely. Like, this is when I realized who's real. I had people reach out to other people.
Yeah, they were reaching because I had your number, so people were reaching out to me, and I have to tell people like, nah, he's good, bro.
Because we saw each other outside, and you were like, where are you at? And I gave you my number. And I called you.
But at the time, I think I'm the only person who had your number. That's what I said, and I started telling you like, yo, and then you had to give him your number to people were messaging me going, yo, is everything okay with my man? He's gone, just dropped off the face of the planet, bro.
Just dropped off. Some people were like, where's this guy, bro? When I say I went off, you had no access to. No one knew where the new apartment was, really and truly. They knew. Obviously, the person that came down to see me went to my mom's house. No one really actually knew where I was actually staying at that point, or even my number, or because I had no social media or access to my social media. So obviously at that point, that was a period where I really went through it. But when I came back, I didn't really give a fuck about my phone. I was so plugged in that I got my phone back after 3 months because I needed it to work. I needed, because phone is powerful. It's just how you use it.
How you use it, yeah.
Your social media is powerful. How you consume it. You see these posts all the time. I don't want to be cliche and say what you see. You already see all this stuff online. Take it in properly. But use the stuff that you're supposed to use correctly. Don't waste your time on these applications. They're very helpful to blow you up, very helpful to make you money, very helpful to give you exposure in whatever you want to do if you use it correctly. If you don't use it correctly, you're just another sheep in the cycle.
Another NPC.
Yeah. And going back to cycle, you see Matrix, how Tate talks about Matrix, bro. What was the one thing I always used to say in school? I've never watched the film Matrix ever in my life. I always used to come in school and run around school as a 14-year-old and say, we're stuck in a loop, we're stuck in a loop.
Yeah.
Remember? Loop. Even teachers used to know, they used to be like, so what's going on? Loop. You get me? I always used to say loop. So the other day I watched Matrix as well. And I was like, oh, damn. I used to say what this guy is saying. But obviously I'm not saying, you get me? But I get where he comes from as well with it. Like, people are stuck in a loop, bro. You need to break free out of that loop. And the only way you can break free out of the loop is if you use your brain correctly.
Yeah, like from early, you was talking about the loop. Like, I remember you be talking about it in biology class, and the teacher just listening. Everyone's just listening, but everyone was just thinking, what is...
Everyone would laugh
Even
as
me,
well.
I'm just thinking, what is this guy on about, fam? But yeah, you was talking about the Matrix from time, and even now, I'm switched on to it, and I'm like, you know what? Like, it really is a jail cell. But tell me, like, what are some of the key lessons that you learned through that 9 months, you know, that you've been through?
The 9 months. I mean, I'll break it down. You know how I said life's like a sine wave? I was still going down. Within that 9 months, I'll say for the majority, 7 months of that 9 months, bro, I was going down. I was setting foundations. One thing I kept banging on
is
foundation. Foundation. A lot of people around me at that time that I kept around me. You got to keep the right people around you, bro. I'll be honest with you. Life's like a game. If you have the right people around
Chess
you
pieces,
that push you in the right directions, you're winning, bro. I made sure I had a person that will call me out on my bullshit. If I'm saying an idea and I can't back my idea up, I know this guy's going to call me out on my bullshit, and I'm happy he calls me out. And I told him that the other day, and he was like, bro, I respect you so much, because I thought me calling you out on your bullshit, you might feel some type of way. I said, bro, no. That's why I only come to you. And that's the only guy. There's one guy that I break down everything I'm going to do, because I know this guy's going to dissect it and tell me what's what. I built that foundation. I had the right people in the right places that were pushing me. I had a goddamn good mentor. I have people that push me. I have that creative guy. I got the people that are looking after me at this point, and I'm looking after them. So this is where my wave's slowing down a little bit, but it's still going down. And like I said, I've laid the foundations at this point, and then it starts to slowly go up. And one thing I would say that I learned a lot in the 9 months is, bro, cutting out women. Bro, women are a distraction.
Why?
Genuinely a big...
You say that?
Big distraction, because, bro, I feel like you're plugged in when you have no one to worry about. And why I say women are a distraction, because a lot of men will chase women. Women becomes your main priority. You chase them. You give them your attention. When I say, for me personally, I cut women out for 9 months, bro. You can't get my attention. If you want my attention, you can't get my attention. At this point, bro, I'm looking like a grizzly bear. I'm still looking after myself. I cut my hair off. At that point, I had long hair as well, but my hair was a bit long. And then at one point, I cut my hair off. I'm like, okay, cool. New me, new start. Let's get going again. But I'm not contacting no women. No, you can't get my energy. Your energy is important. Once you start giving your energy away to people for no reason, why am I talking to women? By women, I mean going down a relationship route or sexual route with a woman. I'm not talking platonic with women. Of course, I have people that I'm working with that are women, but I'm talking sexually or relationship-wise with a woman. I cut that shit out, bro, because it's taking my energy. I don't need to give my energy away. I need to hold that energy, bro. And I think that's what fucking...
And people need to understand that women are literally built to receive only. So
and
they will take your energy.
women bring you comfort, bro.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with women. There's plenty of times where I felt so out of place and in such discomfort, where I've never been in this much discomfort in my life, where I could really lean on a woman's shoulder and she will mother me and look after me and make sure I'm good. All I gotta do is go to a certain woman or go to a female or just anyone, bro. And they'll
Even your
comfort,
mum,
because that's what a woman, and even your mum again. Your mum will comfort you, but to an extent, your mum comforts you different to a woman.
How another woman
will comfort
Facts.
you. To
in
be
fact,
honest with you.
at least your mum will at the bare bones will be like, you need to.
Your mum will give you a little kick up.
Yeah,
exactly.
You need to fix your shit.
But a woman won't really, bro. I'll tell you
A woman that just loves you and just
Loves
likes
you,
you
yeah.
and just likes being around you, bro.
Will comfort you.
They're just gonna comfort you, because they're not gonna give you a kick up your ass, because they're gonna be like, bro, they don't want to see you sad. So of course, they're not gonna make you put you back into that sadness.
Yeah. But like I was saying, that 9 months, no comfort, no bullshit. I went through hell, absolute hell.
Would you recommend that to other people then?
bro, it's a dark place. It's a goddamn dark place, but I love it. I fucking love it, bro. Take me there again. I'll go there any day of the week and I'll fight my demons, bro. I'll tell you one thing, as humans, bro, we're very insecure. We're very insecure as humans, especially in this day and age. What I feel like I've understood when I hit my all-time low, there's no one to pick me back up, bro. If I fall over, there's no mom or dad to say, here you go. Take this money, you're good. Or if I'm feeling sad, depressed, whatnot, there's no one there to tell me, yo, it's cool, man. I got you. Nah, man, I have to go through it by myself. I bang my head heavy on that floor. But what it is when I bang my head off that floor, there's no one there, bro. There's no money. You paying attention to me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
There's no money. There's no friends. There's no women. There's no one there except yourself. You're naked by yourself. And that's where you see your insecurities. That's when you're at that all-time low is the only place you'll see your insecurities. And when you see those insecurities, there's two ways you can go about it. You can shove them under the carpet and go back
and
to
let them
life.
build up. Yeah.
Not even build up. You shove them under the carpet, go back to life. Or you understand those insecurities, fix those insecurities, work on yourself. Yeah. And that's why it's foundations.
Only if you understand what you're saying.
It takes time. It's not, you don't fix those insecurities. Bro, it took me goddamn time to understand myself, bro. It takes time. But when you understand yourself, you get back on your feet and you get going. And now why I said when you brush it under the carpet, what will happen is, and I've seen this happen, and before I never knew that's what happened to that certain person. I've seen a lot of people that are well off, hit all-time lows, that now I see them, they're living a complete average life. And I never understood why. I'm like, bro, you are fucking motivated. You motivated me to work hard. Why are you so happy with being average now? Like, goddamn, you are hungry. What's wrong? And what it is, bro, what I've now understood and concluded, maybe I'm wrong, is that when you put those insecurities under the carpet and you start to build yourself back up and you're average now, you're good, you got your income coming in,
you're comfortable,
you're paying your stuff off,
you got
a little bit of money, you got your girl, you got your family. There's nothing wrong with it, by the way. It just depends what level you want to get to.
Yeah.
You're comfortable now.
Yep.
Yeah? And you got those insecurities under the carpet. Now comes the opportunity. Do I fucking take that risk? Do I take that big step and go forward? But what starts lingering in his back of your head, those insecurities under the carpet. If I fuck up this risk, where am I going? All the way back down there. And those insecurities are waiting for me. I don't want to go back down there. Those insecurities are going to eat me alive. I'm not going to survive.
That's where I ran away from.
I'm not going to survive there second time. So let me just stay here. I'm not going to take that risk. And let me cover my insecurities with the fancy car. Let me cover my insecurities
with the kids, with the wife.
With my kids, with my wife.
With the 2 holidays a year.
With my 2 holidays a year. With my house. With my money that I'm making. With the designer clothes. Let me cover my insecurities. And that's why you see a lot of people are afraid to hit that all-time low. That all-time low is a nasty place. I'll tell you that. It will eat you alive and spit you out. It will chew you up,
spit you out.
Oh, it will spit you out. It's nasty. Bro, you got to experience
only if you understand,
But why I can speak about it right now, because I fucking love it. Take me there again. If you told me, yo, take a risk, put all your money in. That's why I'm a gambler at heart. I will put it all in because I'm not afraid to hit that all-time low. Let me hit that all-time low. I know I'm going to go back double. Because guess what? I was fucking at the highest point in my life. I hit the lowest point in my life. Now I'm going all the way back to, now I'm up there, bro. I'm way, if you told me now my low is my high, my low.
Your old high is now your new low.
Yeah, that one. That's the one. I'm good now. So if someone told me, yo, I should be comfortable right now, I should be chilling, bro, give me an opportunity. I'm taking it. You're not stopping me. Even if the chances of me winning, even if the odds are against me, I'm still taking that motherfucking chance. Because guess what? I'm not afraid to go back down. I'm not afraid to get humbled. Humble me. I will go back down and I will understand why I'm back here and I will go back up. It's just about understanding that, bro. And like I said, you understand little things, and life ain't perfect, bro. If you don't hit those lows, you won't hit the highs. And you won't hit the highest of the highs. You might hit decent highs, but you won't hit the highest of the highs. You have to hit those goddamn lows. You have to have no plan B. You have to bang your head off that ground. You have to have those nights where you fucking look at yourself like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm a disgrace. How have I ended up here? I was goddamn good 6 months ago. How am I back here, man? Where you're struggling to... bro, when I'm saying struggling, you're struggling to pay for shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're struggling to live. You got people that you've got people at you, man. I don't know how to explain it. Shit's fucking,
Only a few understand. Yeah,
shit's fucking difficult, man. And
Yeah.
and one thing is, I hope someone that can't take it doesn't get there, and I hope someone that wants to be fucking successful goes there and meets those insecurities. If you don't meet those insecurities, you'll never get to the top.
I think
we all have insecurities. Even now at this point, I have insecurities. You have insecurities. There's not a perfect human being out there. I'm gonna come back down here again, and I'm gonna meet those insecurities, but next time I meet them, one's gone out the picture.
Facts.
Until there's only none left.
Facts.
Maybe one day it'll come where there's nothing there that I'm worried about. When I come back to the bottom, I'm happy. And that's why you see, money might not bring you happiness. I'll be completely honest. There's certain people that are so happy and well off that it's not got nothing to do with money. Like I said, money again hides insecurities.
Yeah.
You want in this life to have as least amount of insecurities
as
and
possible.
you'll be happy. It's not even about the money.
Money, yeah.
All money
It's about
does-
that freedom.
The
Yeah.
freedom in your brain. And you see this the more and more. And that's why now I do shit that I enjoy.
Yeah.
That's why you see me traveling.
Yeah.
I never used to travel as much. Now I love traveling.
Yeah.
You catch me in a different country every month, bro.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I get to see new cultures.
Yeah.
I remember I even told you. I told this guy doesn't listen to me, man. This guy's a workaholic, bro. And I rate it. He works hard. I was like, come, let's go. I'll pay for your flight. Hotels are booked for. And I even pay for your flight. I could book you a flight for free, mate. Come, business class flight, bro. You're living. Let's go. This guy, no, I got work to do, man. I got work to do. But workaholic, man. Can't really expect much from you, can I?
Yeah. But the importance of this conversation is like, this is the stuff that I bet you would have loved to have heard this conversation before you went through that lows. You know, it would have been a good warning for you to at least know that what you was going to go through. What do you think?
Yeah. I'd say yeah. I feel like it is at at certain situations. I'd say yeah, but I feel like
You won't know until you live it. You never know
gonna be
until
ready for it, man.
You-
Don't expect it,
Bro,
it's gonna
yeah,
hit you.
yeah.
If you're taking risks right now, If you're not taking risks,
Then
don't
don't
expect it.
don't
Yeah,
expect
you'll be
it.
calm.
Like I remember someone was asking me at one networking event. Someone asked me, have you got any advice? And people are always asking me for advice. And I'll be real, I don't really like it when people come up to me and say, have you got any advice for me? Because I don't really know what you want me to tell you. I don't know anything about you. So how can I give you any advice when I don't know your life? However, at that moment in time, I told the guy, he says, have you got any advice for me if I want to go down this path? And I said to him, bro, looked him in the eye. I said, whatever you think, the worst thing that you think can happen, expect worse than that. And it will happen. I said, expect the unexpected. I said, whatever you expect the unexpected. And you know me, I've always been I've always thought I've been a very deep thinker. I thought I will think of every single way something can go wrong, and I'll have a plan for it of how it can go wrong. I'll think of every single way. But when you're taking risks, let's just carry on from here. It's calm. But when you're taking, because we're gonna end it. But when you're taking risks at this level, and like you said, we could talk for hours, bro. This is just the beginning, bro. But when you're taking risks the way that
And you know what the thing is, before you continue, sorry, just to break you up, I was not gonna come on any podcast. And for this to be my first podcast, I've done it because this is my fucking bro. And I promise you, you're not catching me on any other podcast anytime soon. I'm very in my own...
in your own space, in your own lane.
I like my own space, especially nowadays. I got the people that I need around me.
Yeah.
And
now it's just
I'm
time to
happy.
build, and now it's time to
and
go.
We foundations have already been set. They've been set from a long time. From that 14-year-old kid. That 14-year-old kid put the first brick down. And this is just the beginning. But carry on, man. I just wanted to say, bro, have genuine love for you, man. And that's because we grew up together, fam. From selling sweets, from making Instagram pages. Like, it's all love,
Dropshipping,
man. And that's why I'm on this. And I'm so fucking glad to say this is my bro. And that I'm on this podcast and that this is his. And I'm so proud to see this guy grow as a man as well, man.
I love, man. Appreciate it. Now, one thing I gotta rate is that, well, first I was gonna say, what was I saying?
You were on the, I don't know.
I don't even remember. You made me forgot. But I was just saying that expect the unexpected, and you know, whatever the worst thing that you can think can happen, it will happen. The worst thing that you can think will happen, it will happen. And I was just gonna say that. Yeah. And I was going to also just add quickly that when you were talking about insecurities, even one insecurity, as I was saying, I always think of the worst thing that can happen, but you never know it. One insecurity, you know, I told you about me. One of my insecurities was always, I always had the fear of, when I was growing my platform, I love the love, I love the attention. I always had the fear of, you know, the hate.
I said, nah, there's no. That's even one of the reasons why I never show my face, because I'm like, you know what's funny as well? You know what's funny? I thought about it the other day. Deep the fact that before I even was on social media, I never used to show my face. Remember when I used to take pictures like this? Remember, I would always be the guy. I'm happy to be behind the camera. You and Dak, yeah, cool. I'll take videos. I'm always happy to be behind the camera. People probably shocked. I've never been an in front of the camera person. Never, even though I'm everywhere now on socials, but I've never been. I used to cover my face before when I was a nobody. I'm just covering my face just because I wanted to. So I've always, that was probably one of my biggest insecurities. My face, don't want to show, don't want to let people know about, man. And rare. Yeah, I hate all of that. And like you said, bro, if you don't face it, bro, it would destroy you, bro. It would just completely destroy you, bro. We could go on if people knew the things that you was going, the jobs, bro. Imagine where the jobs you had to get, bro, just to get a little bit of money. Like you said, bro,
we've missed out a lot of things. We're talking. We started at 14. We've been working since 13.
Bro, our first job was our first job chicken and chips.
Yeah.
Was it both our first jobs?
Crunch Munch.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about after GCSEs, bro. That chicken and chips, bro.
Yeah, that was called
was that Crunch Munch?
Chicken.com,
Not chicken.com. Yeah. Oh yeah, Crunch Munch. Yeah, because we worked at chicken.com too.
Well, not work there. It was leaflets, innit?
Yeah, still, it worked for me, man. Yeah, I know. I did leaflets, you did delivery. Yeah.
But that Crunch Munch was disgusting. I never
Crunch
forget.
Munch was a
Bro, I'm young as hell. My arms are getting burnt on oil. I've got no muscle.
That was GCSE
I'm
summer,
lifting.
innit?
No, it was before that.
Oh, was it before? Was it year 10?
Yeah, it was before that. It was before that, man.
Chicken and chip shop, man. What?
Cleaning toilets, bro.
Flipping out.
I remember you walked out after he told you to clean the
Yeah, I
toilet.
said, yeah,
I'll never forget. You walked out and I said, you got to work. Now I've quit. Why you quit for? You told me to clean the toilet. And some woman came and took a fat shit in it and I'm not cleaning that. I never forget that. And I was like, oh, man. And bro, it's good to see growth.
Yeah.
Do you know what? One advice I'll give anyone, and just to end it on this point, is don't look at other people genuinely.
Facts.
Like, it's good to look at other people, but show love to the other people that are up. I feel like nowadays it's very hateful and a lot of people envy other people rather than like even me. There's people that are well off way more than me. And there's times where there's no one around me and I will look at that person like they've achieved something. Because social media, you see people post stuff, they achieve something. I will put my phone down and genuinely give them a clap. Out of the night, like I'm actually happy. Because I'm happy for their journey. Like, honestly, bro, there's been times where I've actually put my phone down and I got a fat smile on my face. And I don't even know this guy.
Yeah.
I actually don't know this guy, but I'm actually hands down putting my hats off for this guy. And I'm like, you deserve this, bro. Well done. Genuinely well done. And I feel like don't look at other people. Look at your own path. Have a good group of people around you. And you can conquer anything in this world. You just need a strong team. And genuinely, anything in this world is possible. You want to do your craziest desires is possible. And why I believe that so much now, because everything that 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid dreamed of, I used to have a little bunk bed. At the bottom was my desk, the top was my bed. I'd never forget that bunk bed. I'd sleep in it at night times, close my eyes. I used to play music. And this is why I love music so much, because whenever I go to a certain location, I play that certain song that I used to close my eyes to in that bed and imagine of all those things that I wanted to do. And now that I'm doing those things, maybe some of the things were not big things. Some of the things were bigger things. Like, for example, when I was at the Ritz-Carlton and I was on the island and I was looking, it was surreal to me because when I was younger, I used to sleep in that bed. And for me, I always say my retirement plan, I want it to be me in an island with my wife and kids, hopefully have a little so I don't even want anything crazy when I'm older. I want a little surfer hut and just financial stability where I know I bring happiness little things bring happiness to me, like a little surfer hut. I sell the surfing gear and there's the beach. I have a little hut with my wife and kids, but I know I'm so financially stable when my kids get older, I could come back and they can have a good education. But for me, that's my retirement plan. I'm happy with stuff like that. But like I was going back to it, I used to close my eyes as a little kid and imagine all of that. And when I was there recently, I promise you, I had my earphones in, closed my eyes.
Put that same song.
And it felt, same song. And I felt like I was back there, man.
Mad.
I felt like that little kid. And one part of me literally, it was like, I'm so proud of you, man. Like, it's a mad feeling. So whatever you dream, trust me, you'll achieve it. And when you do achieve it, it will feel amazing. It's the best feeling ever, man. I can't explain it. Like, you won't know it until you feel it. When you achieve certain goals that you had as a kid, you'll be like, wow. And even now, like, I have certain dreams that are like, probably if I say the dream, some people will look at me twice with their eyes wide open and be like, are you fucking crazy? You think you're going to do that? Do you know how mad that is? That's impossible. But I fucking believe I can do that. I don't need to tell people. I say it to myself. I look at myself in the mirror and say, I'm going to do this shit. And again, this comes to manifestation. I did this when I was a kid. There's a whole new topic where you could go down. But I used to scream this shit to myself. And now I scream certain shit to myself where I know in the next 6-7 years, shit's achievable. Again, the time, don't look at it. Just work hard. Eventually, things will come.
Pappur, man. Nah, it's love. Love that you came on the podcast, man.
Thank you,
And
man. Bro, I'm back from holiday, man. You got me in straight.
Yeah, just
Look, I still got my little tan on, man.
Yeah. Because obviously, always busy. Always about. I was about to say that you're probably gonna be on the next flight tomorrow. Who knows, fam?
Yeah, man.
And then I can't even. Catch you.
I'm out to Portugal next week. I think.
There you go, fam. So always out. So I'm happy that I got you on the pod. You're just in your own world. But as I said, best thing you're gonna do, especially if you reach the end of this podcast, is listen. You're gonna have to join the Telegram. All I can say is join the Telegram. Catch him on everything I'm gonna put in the description. I'm gonna leave you there. And you're gonna have to join the Telegram and Instagram if you want to tap into more, because he's not doing any more podcasts. He's not doing any more of this.
And listen, just to break it down for you, if you do join the Telegram, it's not just going to be credit based. Obviously, that's what I do. That's what I'm good at, credit. We didn't really talk too much stuff about credit because, again, it's certain stuff I'd rather talk to you guys on Telegram about. But also in the Telegram, I want to push people in the right direction. This is all free, by the way. I really don't care. I want to push people in the right direction. So with the Telegram chat, you're going to see a lot of me giving you gems that I've been able to learn and stuff that I wish someone told me when I was younger. So if you want to take in certain things as a brother, an older brother to you, and as a guide to you, join it. I promise you, I will push you in the right direction. I feel like a lot of people just need a kickstart, a little light onto their flame to make them explore the avenues that they can explore. A lot of people are talented and they don't know it. I see a lot of people, bro, with a lot of talent, man. I see them and I'm like, bro, you're so fucking talented. Genuinely, you're so talented. Why are you not doing this?
Why is it all going to waste?
Yeah, man. And then thing is, when I see those people, I actually latch onto them. And I will latch onto you and make sure you do it. And I don't want no benefit out of it. You go, because maybe something that I can help you with, I will help you. But if there's something I can see you doing well in, I'll push you in the right direction. And when you do it, and there's been so many times I've done this and they've come back to me and they've looked after me. And I'm like, no worries, bro, man. I'm glad that I was able to push you in the right direction. That's it, man, really. But if you do feel like you want to hear more about me, my Instagram's there. Even if you don't use Telegram, you don't need to. But follow me on Insta. But the Telegram is where I will be more active at the moment.
Yeah. Pappur, man. Honor, brother.
Yeah, man.
We'll see you here again in how many years?
God knows, man. Do you know what? Next podcast might have to be on yours again, man. God knows where I'm at.
Yeah.
God knows if I'm even in the UK. God knows where I'm at.
Who knows, man? You know, next time we do the podcast, we're in some beautiful scenes.
Might be in a beautiful Ritz-Carlton. God knows where, man.
Yeah.
We'll be in Bora Bora, somewhere like where Timothy Sykes was. You never know. We'll sort something nice out together, man. 100%, man. It's been a pleasure. And thank you for listening.